Hi guys, so I'm going to make a video on how to hold, on different ways on how to hold the crochet yarn and the crochet needle. So this is the yarn I'm using. It's a bit chunky, so I'm using a 5.0 hook with it. And I'm going to show you also some basic stitches, which is the slip knot, the single stitch, the double stitch, and a treble stitch. So we start off by making our slip knot. This is the tail end of the yarn and this is the working end. So you're gonna put it parallel to each other, make an X, pull this part here through, and there you have your first loop where you're gonna start your chain. So this is how I hold. I'm a right-hander, so I hold the working yarn with my left hand and the needle with my right hand. So I wrap it this way, about 2 inches from the needle, and I wrap it this way, just twice, 1, 2, and then I hold the needle with my hand as if I'm holding a pen or a pencil. And now I'm gonna make some chain stitches to show you guys how I maneuver the needle and the chain with my hand. So the reason why I wrapped it twice is that I can get leverage or hold it tighter in order to work. So if you're holding it too tight, you won't be able to pass the yarn through as easy. So right now I'm pulling some strain, and if I hold it slack, or I should say if I'm holding it too slack, the yarn will be very loose. I'm not holding it and it will be coming out very scrappy. But if I hold it just right, not too tight or not too slack, I will have more even, neat stitches. So whilst I'm working, I'm pulling this finger like this in order to give it some room so I can move up. And with practice, you can move faster. So this is the chain stitch. And now I'm going to make some single stitches, some double stitches, and some treble stitches. So I'm going to make the single stitch. The single stitch is where you don't yarn over your yarn first. You don't do this. So it shouldn't have 2 on your hook to make the single stitch. So I'm going to go into the second loop from my chain, from the hook, sorry. So this is what you're counting here, not this one. So you're going to count here 1, 2. So you're going to go into this second one here and make a single stitch. Right, so you go straight into the loop, yarn it over, pull up that yarn over again, and pull through the both loops. I'm gonna do it again. Go into the loop, yarn over, And notice that I'm moving my finger to where I want the yarn to be, right? So you can't keep it one spot and expect it to happen here. You need to use all your 10 commandments to make it happen. Because you are in control of the yarn is not in control of you. So I'm going to do it again. Single stitch, go into the loop. And I usually use the bottom loop or the top loop according to how I want my work to turn out. Yarn over again, and you're going to pull through the both loops. One more time, go into the loop. Sorry. Yarn over, pull up the loop, yarn over again. So you see I did the motion with my hand, or you can move the needle to suit. Right? So I can move the needle to pick up the loop, or I can move my hand to yarn it over. So that's how we make the single stitch. Now let's make the double stitch. So you yarn over first before you go into the loop. Go into the loop now after you yarn over. So we're in, now we're gonna loop over, yarn over, we pull it up, we don't leave it down here, we pull it up. So you give it some leverage on this finger. Pull it up, yarn over again, so we should have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, on the hook, pull through 2, yarn over again, pull through 2. So if you're looking at it here, you'll see that this double stitch is taller than the single stitches. So let's do it a couple more times. Yarn over, go into the loop, pull up this loop, come out. So you're going to pull it up because the double stitch is a tall stitch. It's not as tall as the treble, but it is taller than the single stitch. One more time, yarn over, go into the loop, pull up that loop. So you see I gave it some leverage, I didn't leave it short, I pull it up. Pull through 2 and pull through 2 more. The tension on your hand determines how tidy your work is going to come out. So these are the single stitches and these are the double stitches. Now let's do the treble stitch. So you yarn over twice. So you should have 3 stitches on 3 loops on your hook. And we're going to go into the next stitch. And because I'm using a thick yarn and a thick needle, you shouldn't make your loops or your stitches too tight because the needle would not be able to pass through. So we pull through 2, yarn over again, pull through 2, yarn over again, and pull through 2 more. So to make a treble again, yarn over, should have 2, go into the loop, go into the stitch, the chain stitch, yarn over again, pull up that loop, should have 3 now, yarn over again, pull in through 2, yarn over again, pull through 2. Now there are different ways to hold the yarn in this hand, and I used to do it like this, where I wouldn't wrap it around to give it leverage to work. I would just work with it here like this. So my index finger is between the work and the chain, but I somehow move faster when it's wrapped around like this and I'm seeing what I'm doing here. So there's another way to hold it, is yarn over twice. So you see I'm holding here to control my yarn, my work as well. Yarn over twice, go into the next loop, pull up that loop. So now we have 4 on the hook, yarn over again, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, and pull through 2. So for those who cannot control, did I make a mistake here? Let me do this over. You treble, go into the loop, and that's the beauty about crochet. If you make a mistake, once you realize it in the earlies, you can unravel the work and start over. Pull through 2, yarn over again, and pull through 2 more. So the treble is taller than the double. The treble is taller than the double. So let's do a couple more so you can see the difference. So I'm comfortable holding it this way and holding my needle like a pen. So what you do is yarn over twice to make the treble, go into the next loop, and you have to get your eyes familiar with the stitches, read patterns and all of that, so you can make your own little design. There's another one. So you can clearly see that it's starting from short and it's growing up taller. Right, so let's do one more and then we'll wrap over twice to make the treble, go into the loop, this way off camera everything flows so nicely. Pull up that loop, so you really have to find your comfort spot in crocheting and look at your work to see if it's too tight or too slack, and you would know if its work is too tight because the needle may not be able to pass through your foundation chain. So that's how you'll know if, okay, I need to relax my hand a little bit and make my chains a little slacker. Or you may be even using the wrong size needle for the yarn. Most yarn comes with instructions on what size needle to use. So let's do one more. And you can angle your needle different directions in order to pull the yarn through. If you realize it's giving some trouble when you have to pull it up like this, just angle it down and pull it through. And anytime you're finished with your work, or you're not finished I should say, must pull up the loop like this in case anyone tugs or yourself tugs on the yarn, your work doesn't easily unravel. So let's assume that I am working with my yarn or I'm moving it around and I accidentally pull. It shouldn't unravel that easy. If I pull up this loop here, it will take a while before it unravels until I realize that I'm unraveling my work. So these are different ways you can hold your needle. And I'm also going to make a duplicate of this video for left-handers. So let's do some more. So when I come out from here to make my treble, I pull up my yarn like this. So you give it some leverage on your finger and you pull up with the needle up like this. So I can tighten it, I can slacken it. Tighten, slacken. Right? Pull through. pull through 2 again, pull through 2. So this is how you make the single, double and treble stitches.